Hi everyone, it's Danni. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am participating in the COAPA Cutfiles 20 Days of Christmas and Summer Cutfiles series. There are a bunch of people participating, so make sure you check the description box for further details. Today's prompt is food/baking for the Christmas prompts and barbecue/food for the summer prompts. So of course I'm going all out Christmas. I can't help myself. I have some gorgeous photos from last Christmas that I want to get into my 12 by 12 albums. So I'm going to use the Create Paper Collection Busy Sidewalks for this. I just bought it this year, so I'm excited to make my first 12 by 12 layout with it. I'm taking this paper that has all these cute little gingerbread cookies and I am fussy cutting out a bunch of those because my cut file was cutting at the time, so that's why I started to fussy cut those out, just to give myself something to do, and I am going to use all of the ones I fussy cut. This is the cut file I am going to be using. It is called Bake, and it is this big baking title, so it's a nice big letters, and then it has all the cute little baking elements included into it. So it's not a Christmas cut file on its own, but it definitely works perfectly for Christmas baking. So I am taking the cut file and I am tracing around those inner cutout parts of the letters. So I find that when I'm backing a cut file with letters that have kind of interior pieces like this that I don't want to be backed, the easiest thing to do is trace those onto the piece of paper that I'm using on the back side and then carefully cut those out so that I can just glue the cut file straight on the front. So I'm just using my craft knife and carefully going around those pieces that I have cut out. And then I'll be able to bring in my cut file like you can see there. It will fit just nicely. It makes it a lot easier than trying to cut out the inside with scissors or a craft knife after you've glued the cut file down. So I've just gone through with my tacky glue and added a thin layer of glue all the way around the outside of that letter, and then just glued it down to the pattern paper I want to use. And then I can take my little scissors and just carefully trim around the outside. It's easiest to do this while the glue is still a little bit wet because you can lift up the edge of the cut file a little and kind of slide your scissors underneath the edge. And this is going to be the background paper I'm using. It does end up being quite busy, but I will do something to tone it down, as you will see in a minute. So I've gone through and backed all those letters in those beautiful Busy Sidewalks papers, and I've also backed those little elements with contrasting colors so they really pop off the cut file, which I just love how that turned out. I love those little oven gloves and the little cupcake, and the whisk is so cute. So I'm just trying to get an idea of where I want to position the letters on the page. I've got these two photos of my son and the Christmas cookies from last year. He was super helpful in helping me make those. So this is what I've decided to do to kind of tone down that section of that background. So I brought in a sheet of vellum here, and it's just a sheet of A4 vellum. And I haven't done anything to it. I'm just sticking it straight on the top. Yeah, this was a really quick and easy way to tone down that background. I thought about using white paint. I just didn't want to wait for it to dry. I was really on a bit of a rush to get this done, so I went with the 2 sheets of vellum. As you can see, I added in another sheet just to further tone down that background. And I actually really like how it looks in the end. It's really subtle. You kind of barely notice it's there, but it just tones down the background in that center portion just enough that it doesn't overwhelm everything else that's going on the page. So that is pretty much how I'm going to have it. So I've staggered the letters across the page so I can fit my photos in either side. Just finessing the positioning there before I stick everything down. And you will notice I stapled that vellum down. I didn't want to put tape somewhere that it could be visible, and I was worried about glue tends to make vellum curl up funny. So I just did a couple of staples either side of the sheet, and that is not going anywhere now. I am adhering down my letters just with some double-sided tape. That sticks just fine to vellum. And then the same with my photos, just some double-sided tape, just carefully layering those with my letters. And I mean, this layout is already pretty complete. It's very bold and busy, and there's a lot going on, lots of visual impact, so I really don't need to do too much from here. I'm going to add in my little fussy cut cookies because they're just too cute not to, and they really do help to elevate all those elements within the cut file. So I'm just going to stick those down with a little dab of wet glue. And then I will bring in some stickers just for some extra bits and pieces. So I have the puffies here. I'm going to add in 2 of the little puffy cookies just in a couple more spots. I can't resist my puffies, so I had to get a couple of those in somewhere. Just noticed that E was sticking up a little bit, so I've just added some more adhesive there. And then I will go through the little sticker book, and I find a cute little hot cocoa mug that just fits nicely in that little space between the A and the K. It was kind of an awkward empty space, so I like that that is not empty anymore. That cute little sticker says cafe menu or something like that, and then yeah, I just thought that was perfect for baking. A little sticker with a phrase, I think it says Wonder of Christmas or something like that. It fits in nicely there. And then I'll find a little, it's kind of like a little tag banner thing. Yeah, it's a little tag because I have to pop the hole out of it there. And I just stick that on top of my other photo. Now I'm going to go through with a bunch of these little foiled stars and just sprinkle them in around all the little gaps in the layout. They're really pretty and delicate, but they're super shiny, so they really help to add a little something extra. And that's going to be my layout finished. So don't forget to check the description box for all the details of the other videos for today's prompt. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.